Yes, I have a little like swampy area. No. Hello there, you beautiful human. Welcome back to our channel. It's your Brazilian girl, Delilah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for existing. Because you know the world wouldn't be this great if you weren't here, you sexy thing. Now, come on. I gotta show you the garden because we growing stuff. Oh, we growing stuff. Not that good stuff. Hold on, man. Relax, okay? From what it was when we started back in the winter time, I think we started this in December, maybe November, and it was just dry, snow burnt grass. The ground was brown, and now here we are months later growing a family garden. Now come check out all the stuff that we have growing so far. Now this is just the beginning of, you know, many more years of learning and doing and becoming better and better. As we walk into the garden, right over here to our left is a loofah plant. Loofahs are edible when they're young and they're growing. They give out beautiful flowers, as you can see. She's getting more and more spaced out throughout this fence. She is taking over Mr. Funny Bones, which is looking amazing. The idea of putting her here was to see her grow up the fence, and Mr. Funny Bone is just coming out so much more beautiful than I thought it would. I don't even know if the sun is allowing me to capture this. Let's go from the other side. Look at that. She is wrapping up around him. Look at this. Oh my goodness. She's going inside his skull. Oh, it looks so amazing. I love it. And a loofah is very heat tolerant, so she'll continue to grow even through the hottest season. And I hope that by the end of it, this whole section it is completely taken by the loofahs, because as you can see there are two fences kind of making a V, and that gives it plenty of room to climb. First, let's point out that this section where the garden is, this part of it floods a lot. Like it rained for 2 days or so, and this right here would be all mushy and wet and squishy nasty clay if it wasn't for the mulch. So moving on with that, because this is free mulch, so I was very lucky to, you know, being given this for free that has covered so much of the flooding zone of this garden, because it gets nasty. Here, this beautiful green is watermelon. I started her in a container. After some growth inside the container, I transfer her onto the ground. But she is on a very clay area which holds a lot of water. It's taken her a long time to get to this point because of how wet this section of the garden gets. This is an herb tower, and I tried to grow some herbs, and I thought maybe a few flowers here and there to attract the pollinators, but my flowers kind of took over. These are marigolds, and look at how savage she looks. Like, she is huge. And then I have the other one in the back. I just didn't think they would go this wild. So I have a few things. I have green onions over there, chives, and they're trying to grow, but the marigold is just something out of this world. She looks gorgeous. And by mistake, this loofah, this is also another loofah plant. By mistake, she started growing in here. I think a seed fell in there, and I've just allowed her to grow. So she's part of the tower, and she's attaching herself over here. And I have a first loofah that has grown quite a bit since this plant started. Look at how beautiful she is. Now this is a loofah, and it's edible at this age. It's very tender still, but the older it gets, the longer it sits on the vine, it becomes very fibrous, and that's what kind of I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the sponge that it becomes. It's one of my favorite things to wash my body with, so this is very exciting. And then me allowing it to become a sponge will give me so much seeds. So from every time I harvest them, I will have a continuous supply of seeds, which is awesome. Mint can be very invasive. In a way, I shouldn't allow it to invade this section, but it's completely on mulch. So I don't know just how far it'll go and if it'll last the winter. I'm gonna try to make it last the winter, but as of right now, this is what it is. Something keeps eating it. Them dang caterpillars. Oh look, something's destroying my basil. Ate the heck out of it. It's gotta be the snails. Oh goodness. This is citronella. Citronella is supposed to be very good to push away bugs like mosquitoes and flies. Things don't like this smell. I love it. The plant smells amazing. And she's getting so big. It's time to like propagate her and get her into, you know, more, create more plants from her. Like spread her around the whole garden rather than just locate it in one spot. The rosemary right here. Again, I planted a little bit of marigold thinking that it would be okay before that one got so savage. So now there's marigold coming in with my rosemary. Oh, rosemary smells so good. Every morning I like to come here and rub her and smell her. It smells amazing. She looks so beautiful. Oh goodness. We got a little fig tree with one little fig. Oh goodness. There are a bunch of trees along the fence line. They were given to the public for free by the city where my husband works, which was pretty wonderful. Oh look, we got mushrooms before we go anywhere else, because the mushrooms won't last long. Oh, how pretty. Boing. 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 Boing, 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 boing. Boing, 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 boing. Look at how beautiful this looks. I added a crepe myrtle branch that was, you know, taken out from the tree because it needed some trimming. And crepe myrtle branches are very, very strong. The way they dry out is just the perfect thing for plants like to climb on. So we have here our cucumber. This is actually 3 cucumber plants together that is just going wild. I do hope that they are the same kind, or maybe not. Maybe if it's not two of the same kind, it would be even more fun. I mean, you know what I mean. But we're finally getting cucumbers. Look at them. It took a while for the cucumbers to grow because look at how beautiful this one. I think this is a regular eating cucumber because it's quite big. And the pollinators weren't here. So it wasn't until my pollinators came along that the cucumbers really took off, and now they're growing all over the place and I actually see growth. It looks beautiful. And as the cucumber grows, I keep her to this side to keep climbing on the tree rather than go that way where there are squash plants. And look at the size of those flowers. Look at the size of the leaves. Oh my goodness, she's due for more yarn to hold her. They grow very, very fast. And if you don't train it to go upwards and constantly give it something to grow upwards, it will sprawl throughout the growing box. Everything in the garden so far is a big experiment. So I'm learning as I go. And I've learned through so many videos that the best way to do these yellow squash is to grow it upwards. And so, you know, with zucchini and so many others, because look at how thick that stalk is. And if you allow it, that stalk will be on the floor, and then your growing box is super overtaken, and it's taking out so much space from the garden. Whereas to living it upwards, I get the chance to cut out the leaves that are not necessary anymore at the bottom, and it'll keep going upwards with all the flowers, all the squash coming in. Awesome. Oh, you son of a bitch. Look at this, look at this, look at this, you guys. Look at this. Oh, I can't stand them. You know what we do with them? We pick them like this. Let me make sure there's not another one in my ear. These fluffers, you pick them. You drop them. You step on it. Sorry, little bug, but you cannot be in the yard. And then little leaves like this. Look at that. You see how this leaf is all like this? Why are you so tied up, leaf? Oh, do you got bugs in there? Yeah, you do. Look at that. See that little caterpillar? Nah, not over here, buddy. We kill you too. I got into a stage of gardening that sometimes I don't got patience to get gloves. I had to squish it already because it pissed me off for eating my damn plants. So I come here and I look for all my little leaves that might be all tied up, making a little cocoon. Not over here, sweetheart. Not in my garden. It is the never-ending battle between Delilah and the bugs. And I promise you I'll win. Promise you, boo-boo. This is a potato tower. I don't know how else it's gonna work. First time trying it, so let's see what happens. More trees on the fence line. Don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. Here I thought this was my pollinator. I thought this was a squash, but it's actually a pumpkin. And this pumpkin had a squash worm, I think it's called. And it's a little worm that starts eating the squash plant from the stalk at the very beginning of it, and it will continue to eat. What is all this? No bugs over here. Are these eggs? No eggs over here. The fuck is that? Gross. A great example is over here. On my other pumpkin tree, they ate it to where it made hollow, because the worm is inside the stalk and it started to eat it. And my mother-in-law was going through it first in her garden. So she told me about it, and then I come to check mine, and here it is, the same situation happening. So what you look for is a very soft, mushy spot on the stalk. This particular pumpkin has grown my biggest pumpkin, which she is right over here. And I will show it to you. We have some beans. The corn. So the corn is getting so tall. Look at it, and it's finally growing his little hairs. I've done gardening before, but not necessarily growing food. I had like tomatoes and I had cucumbers, regular stuff, but not to this extent where I'm mainly growing edible stuff. Even as far as the flowers I chose to grow this year. No, not the calendula. They're not edible, but they are, we make, stuff out of it. We infuse oils with it to make salve. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Oh, look at these darn things. You see that? Ugh! Stupid bug. I will not touch by hand, but I will kill by stick. Oh, you don't want to die? You don't want to die? You die. No bad bugs. No bad bugs. This was a big experiment box. It's an old pool, and it has a hole on it. So I was like, what's the point of trying to keep it for animals? Just makes a mess. So I brought it to the garden. And on the first video I posted yesterday of the garden, you could see that, like, if you notice, this pool has been here since the beginning, and it was empty, and I just threw stuff in here. the stuff that I gathered from the chicken coop, like the chicken manure. I come and I throw it in here. Old dirt, I threw it in here. Mulch, I've thrown it in here. And then I came along and I threw a bunch of beans. And I threw loofah seeds. So here we have a bunch of loofah growing, attaching itself to the chair that I just put it in here. It's going to attach itself to the fence. There's a bunch of beans growing as well. We have green onions, a random tomato plant that's just growing over here, which is funny because I've started so many tomato seeds this year. This ought to be the best one, and it's probably just me. I got mad at it and I just tossed it in here, that it didn't work out on another thing. This is Morning Glory. She is so savage. I kind of by mistake ripped her off the floor, so I threw her in here and, you know, see if she'll come back. Look at her. This took maybe 2 weeks, if that. I think not even that long it took for her to get like this. And then here, look at that. Look at that sumbitch. You know, some people, the way they grow garden, they grow in abundance, so like that there's enough for bugs to eat and enough for us to keep, which it's a beautiful anatomy. It's a beautiful way to look at it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have enough where it's like, okay, yes, some bugs are eating it, but at the same time, there's still plenty for all of us. And then these loofahs, I really want to, you could train plants to go the way you want it. And that's what I do in my loofahs, and my cucumber, and my pumpkin, and my squash, my watermelons. Train it to go the way I want it. I've been forcing this loofah to keep going around the chair. Like you see here, these little stains, I tell it to go this way, so she could train all her little hands to go that way. I feel also very proud of this pumpkin because look at just how much she has grown. And this was before me finding the bug in it. And look, more bug in here. So I need to go get my knife and cut it out. Apparently squashes, pumpkins are prone to bugs for some dang reason. And I don't like them, so I kill them. Why is it all the way up here though? Like why? Why is it prone to diseases? I don't know. But look at her. Oh my goodness. I honestly think she's ready to harvest. Like for me to take her off and just let her continue to ripen before bugs find their way to her like this. Yep, look at her. Look at how beautiful. Oh my goodness. I feel so proud. I feel just absolutely proud. I gotta get her out of here, I think. Once the bug took over, that was it. And I might have used, I learned this from my mother-in-law. If you use dirty tools to cut stuff, it can transfer the disease from one place to another. So I'm wondering if I use the same thing on the, you know, on the squash that was no good, and I transferred it to her. So I'm seeing the droppings of the dang bug trying to take over. So now I gotta double check on when it's the right time to pick, but I think she's already ready to pick before I end up losing her to some dang bugs. Because it rained a lot the last 2 days, so she's been kind of like, you know, not been able to dry completely. And then I put her in a shirt because I was scared she would fall. So the shirt was to hold her. Alright, so we have tomatoes. They're taking their time, honestly, they really are. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe I need a trim, maybe it's too close together. I'm not sure, but marigolds going crazy again. Over here, what I like to do, I can't, there's not a lot here, I gotta come for more. But I break my eggshells in it. And this is a trick I remember hearing a long time ago, but I avoided using it because I thought, you know, like, not that I thought, I avoided using it because I read another thing about gardening that said too much eggshells in the garden is not good. The soil can't break it up fast enough, which understandable. So too much of it might become suffocating. But here I have so much snails that the best thing I do is spread these around so that the snails cut their bellies on it, because I have a lot of chicken eggs. And diatomaceous earth works beautiful for, you know, getting rid of snails and slugs. But the slightest bit of watering, the slightest bit of rain and humidity gets rid of it. So it's just like an extra boost to help. I really think that the eggshells makes a huge difference. Like this little guy right here was having such a hard time. Now look at him finally coming through after the eggshells have been put around it. I do need to add a lot more. It's before 11 and I'm already sweating. When Texas gets hot and it gets it going, it don't stop. I have a lot of wild. This is wild morning glory, and come summertime, she is blossoming. Sorry, baby. Okay, so you maybe need to go this way. You need to go somewhere else. Don't go upwards. Where are you gonna go upwards for? And I've been training her to go up the fence and not attach to my okra, like over here. She comes out from the fence and almost attaches to my okra, and we don't want that. And now this one, I didn't necessarily buy seeds for, like the morning glories, I didn't buy not one seed of it. It grows wild where I am in my location, so I took advantage of the pods during the winter time, and I planted all over the place. And then as the garden's starting to grow and I will see it growing somewhere in the garden, I just let it be. So like that, by the time winter time comes and the plant dies off, I have, again, endless supply of morning glory. That's not doesn't look like a real ladybug, but it's definitely full of bugs. She is eaten up with the amount of bugs she has. But in a way it seems to work because my okras are doing well next to her. I found 1 or 2 caterpillars on the okra, but they're coming along great. The little green bugs that likes okra, those are the most annoying ones to deal with, honestly. Here we have a sunflower that has cut off her supply so that she can dry her seeds. And it looks like she's almost there. You could already see seeds. And look at that. Oh goodness, we might have some seeds this year. We might just have some seeds. We're gonna let her dry out a little bit more though. Not that I'm tall or anything, but check out the size of this corn. The height of the box, right? Compared to me, it comes a little bit like, it's on my calf. The dirt that is growing, the dirt maybe comes up to my ankle. So it's not on like a lot of dirt or anything. You look good? I'm 4'11", 5 feet. I'm 5 feet tall. I'm 5 feet tall. And look at the corn. It's growing so beautiful. Now this is also one of those experiments. I didn't know whether it would grow or not, so I just tossed some corn in there. It was loaded with chicken manure. I wasn't sure if it would grow or not. But it has been a very fun experience because when it started and I sprinkled, like when it first started and I sprinkled the corn in here, when it started to sprout, I could, like, the corn wasn't even buried. I just tossed it in here because the box wasn't ready to grow yet. So I just tossed the corn in here, and before I knew it, here comes the sprout. So all I did was add a little bit of dirt. As the sprout came up, I slowly started adding some dirt to it. And now it has has beans growing around it. And this is a method that I was trying. This is a method that I really want to try out. This method is called the 3 Sisters. It is a native Indian way of growing, which is you have the corn. The corn grows tall. The beans use the corn to attach itself to, but I don't have the right beans. It's supposed to be beans that kind of curl themselves more, you know. These are just whatever beans I had, so I threw it in here, see what happens. And along with that, you also plant squash, because then the squash grows on the ground. The beans climb up on the stalk of the corn, and the corn continues to go upwards, and they benefit from each other. The beans add good things to the soil, which I believe is nitrogen, and the squash benefits from both of it. So here I came along and I tried to grow some squash here, but doesn't seem to be doing well. Look, this one already has the damn bug, so we're gonna take it out. It's not doing well. And there's another squash plant growing well over there, one that seems to be struggling. This one is struggling big time. I wonder if maybe this mulch is loaded with stuff that maybe is hurting my plants, because I'm moving mulch and it's like dusty stuff on it. I don't like that. It's not heat. I'm not feeling heat. So I have squash here, but I'm still learning the right space between things and the right amount of stuff that you can grow in one section. It's a learning phase, but it's been very fun, very, very fun. And I look forward to, as the seasons come along, with every season I learn more and I grow it better and I do it better with every time. Like here, for example, this is a watermelon, and she needed to go upward, so now I'm gonna train her to go up, so the watermelons are growing off the floor. And if once she crawls up this thing and she decides to go down because she's gonna continue to grow, then we'll decide from there. This is calendula. She is very beautiful, amazing flower. She produced so much flowers this year, and it was planted from seed, so the amount that she produced really amazed me. And flowers like to be picked. Like, the more you pick them, the more they'll produce flowers for you. So I love to come here and just like pick everything, because it seems that every time I do, she gets mad at me and throws off more flowers. Whew, the overcast right now feels amazing. But this is the garden so far. It has been so fun watching this space go from dry dirt to what it is right now. This winter, Texas whooped my ass during the allergy season, which is from November to March. It was horrible. I had a horrible experience. I hated it so bad. It's probably because I made fun of people who has allergies. I feel like it's too high up. What is going on? I feel weird here. So throughout the whole winter, while I was sad because it's cold, while I was sad, like little seasonal depression, not depression because I was sad, depression because I was getting my ass whooped by nature. So all I looked forward to was this little section. And all of this has been made from repurposed, reclaimed, found, gifted, everything. I think for this garden, the only thing that has been purchased is, seeds, a few plants that are already started for me, and dirt. But everything else, between being gifted by the in-law and between finding it, reclaimed, reused, repurposed, like the fence alone. This fence was on another side of the property, but we had to take down a humongous tree that was broken because of the hurricane, that we had no option but to take this fence off. So on the taking the fence off, I was like, wait a minute, can we drag this fence on this section of the property instead, so I could make a little garden? And it was just the right amount of fence. It was the right amount of space. Yes, I have a little like swampy area. No, the section of the garden gets very wet and I'm sorry, I thought I saw a pretty cat. And by pretty cat, I mean a snake, because it's that time of year. and they like to crawl from the ditches of the outdoors and come. This is where I'm at, where my chickens are. So, where was I? The allergy season, it was really bad. This right here is all I looked forward to. And now being able to look at it, like look at everything, how green and luscious it is. I have a pumpkin that's going orange already. It's getting ready to harvest. I'm so excited to eat it. I want, like, all the corny shit I've ever read about growing a garden, the joy that you get, how much tastier I'm over here spitting, how much tastier the food is and how much more connected you feel. All that corny shit is real, like 100%, because all the stupid pests and caterpillars and stuff taking over the plants sometimes, or not even taking over, just like taking advantage of my plants, is enough to make me want to cry. It made me want to fight nature. When she whooped my ass during them allergy seasons, like whooped my ass, I was sad, y'all. My teeth were hurt. I don't think you heard me. My teeth would hurt from allergies. Allergies? That's what I get for making fun of people. The universe makes yolks and then it throws on your face like, here. That's what you get. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. You are an amazing human. Beijão no coração e tapa na bunda. I'll see you next time. Ciao. Ooh, the GoPro is hot. It's hot. Look it, I got sweat stash. Can you see my sweat stash? Can you see my real mustache? Oh, my bee was just here. Look, Mr. Funny Bone. Oh, maybe you can see him better now because of the overcast. Doesn't it look so beautiful? Doesn't he look so beautiful? Oh goodness, oh goodness.